What is going on, guys? Marc Guberti here. In this video, we're going to talk about how to write Medium articles that go viral. Now, there's no guarantee that anything you write goes viral, but if you have a strategy behind it, it increases your chances of going viral. So that's why I decided to create this video, look at some of my articles that went viral, and also look at some of the Medium articles that went viral and just connect some dots to create this video today. Now, if you guys are interested in learning how to grow on Medium, also in particular investing, because we talk about that very often on the channel, make sure you subscribe, because as you can see right over here, most of the people who watch the videos are not subscribed, and it does help with creating more videos just like this one. So for anyone who doesn't know what Medium is, you can blog on that platform, and it's one of the few places that really pays for quality content. If you have great content, they will choose it for further distribution. And this gets you in front of a lot of people who you weren't able to get in front of before. Now, a really awesome thing is you don't really have to do too much promotion. I've gotten over 100,000 views across my Medium articles within 30 days, and I haven't had to send out an email to my list about the articles. I haven't had to tweet about the articles. I haven't had to do anything like that. It's just the Medium algorithm pushing out this content. So how exactly do we create viral Medium articles? That is the main question in this video we are here to answer. So let's get into it. The first thing you have to do is look at what is already working on Medium. I feel like so many people are in a rush to reinvent the wheel, figure out a new style, but look at the existing styles that already work. Look at the articles that are getting thousands of claps, that are getting a lot of comments, a lot of engagement. Look at those and see what they have in common. Pay attention to the structure of those articles, the sentence flow, what's being said in those articles, what those articles are about, what type of response you have to that article. So it's very important to look at what is already working, because that stuff works. And now it's just a matter of putting your own spin on stuff that already works and then publishing articles on Medium that fit the model. Now, another important thing is to write as many articles as you can, because again, this isn't a proven way to go viral. This is just a way to statistically increase your chances of going viral. And the two ways to statistically increase your chances of going viral: do some of the stuff that other people are doing, but also write more articles. If I had to pick between which writer is going to go viral, between someone who writes an article each day versus someone who writes an article each week, I'm going to make the assumption that, well, hey, this person who writes an article a day publishes 7 articles by the time the weekly writer publishes a single article. So I'm going to make the guess that the person who writes daily is more likely to get that viral hit versus someone who only writes weekly. And if you go for something like 800 to 1,000 words, which is something I almost always go for in my articles, then you could very realistically get it done within 30 minutes, especially as you write more often. It will be even more realistic to get it done within 30 minutes. You might even get some of your articles done within 20 minutes as you become a more seasoned writer and you do the outlining before you actually start writing the content, because that is something that speeds up the creation process. Now, the other factors of going viral is you have to get people to click on the article. So when people are browsing through Medium, the two key elements that are going to impact whether someone clicks your article or not, it's going to be your headline and it's going to be the picture. For the picture, I know a lot of people, they like to go on Google search. You search to see what has the Creative Commons, what do you actually have permission to use, because if you don't do that, you don't want to get into any type of issues related to using a picture that you're not supposed to use. But you go into Creative Commons or you go into a site like Pixabay to find some pictures. But for me, what I do now is I actually use Canva Pro for my pictures. It comes to about $13 per month. And it is worth it. The picture quality, you notice the difference right away. And if you do go on any of my Medium articles and you check them out, all of those pictures are from Canva Pro. So I would suggest making the small investment to have a picture that just has more appeal versus, like, you can get lucky and find great stuff on Pixabay. And it's really great for people who don't have the budget to pay for pictures. But if you can pay the extra money for Canva Pro, I would definitely recommend it. Now, the other element is the headline. And there is a little bit of a challenge with the headline because you want to make something that's eye catching, but you don't want to make something that's clickbait. And like clickbait stuff gets frowned upon, but some people like they don't really understand fully what clickbait is. Like you want a headline that people see it, they're like, I have to click this video or I have to click this Medium article and see what this is all about. I need to know. But clickbait is when you have an eye-catching headline, but then the article falls flat on that promise. So you can have a headline that is irresistible, that feels clickbaity, but if the article itself delivers on the promise, then it is not clickbait. That's just the basic definition of what clickbait is and what it isn't. So if you have a really juicy headline, make sure you just look over the article if you feel like you're fulfilling that promise that it's not clickbait, but you do want to go for a headline that gets attention. You don't want to have a bland headline that doesn't really click for people or for yourself, if because you do want to consider yourself as the reader. And in my experience, the best way to come up with these eye-catching headlines is to just browse through Medium content and what attracts you, what gets your attention, what are the things you click on, what are the pictures that make you stop scrolling and consider if you want to click on the article or not. Like the best way to really go viral on Medium is to be a very active reader on the platform, because then you understand what are your trigger points, what gets you to click, and what doesn't get you to click. And the more you immerse yourself in the Medium ecosystem, the easier it is for you to think as you write, what would be a good fit? What would be a piece that is more likely to expand and spread in the Medium ecosystem? So a big part of this is really just browsing through Medium articles. And I think it's worth it if you are really serious about Medium to pay for the membership, which is just $5 a month to get unlimited access to all the articles they have on their platform. Because then you can just endlessly read through content, see what's working on the Medium algorithm, and then use that as inspiration for yourself as well. For some articles, this tip makes more sense than others, but also creating a strong emotional response will get a lot of clicks. So one of my articles that did pretty well on Medium was an article about why I personally stay away from Bitcoin. And I lay out my reasons, I lay out different details. Not everybody liked the article, and that's to be expected if you've believed in Bitcoin for years, or if you recently bought at the top, you're definitely not going to like the article. Some people, though, they completely agree with me. And it's an article that, you get a lot of different opinions. It's about a very hot topic, and I'm just laying out my opinion. And that article did very well because some people, when they hear stay away from Bitcoin, they're like, ah, yes, someone who understands. And then you have other people who are like, what is this guy saying? This is like the greatest investment of like the whole century. So if you're able to create a strong emotional response with your articles, it does increase the likelihood that they get the clicks, they gain traction. And if you're presenting your side very well, then some people, no matter who, like some people will just like always look down on the opinion because it doesn't agree with them. Other people always look up to the opinion because it agrees with them. You got some people in the middle who I really enjoyed dialogue with, where it's like maybe like they're into Bitcoin and they understand like some of the stuff I was saying, but they're still in it, like stuff like that. But in any event, you do get a lot of interaction from those articles, and not all of it's going to be pretty, especially if you take out a really strong opinion. Like political articles do very well on Medium, especially if they're breaking news and very relevant to stuff happening in the moment. So, there's going to be some controversy. There's going to be like, people in the comments going back and forth, but those are the types of article ideas that create an emotional response. Now, I'm not saying you have to do that all the time with your articles, but it can be something good to do if it's about a heavy topic that you happen to have enough of a perspective in, where you feel confident in your opinion and you're willing to hear both sides of the argument. Those are just some of the ways to write Medium articles that are more likely to go viral. One final thing, though, make sure you get your articles in publications. It is such a big difference maker to have your article approved into a publication rather than just publishing it on your own and not getting it into a publication. The way I personally approach it is I will publish the article right away. And then once I publish the article, that's when I submit to publications, because I like to get some initial momentum on my own. And then the publication allows me to further accelerate that momentum and get in front of more people on Medium. But anyway, those are some of the strategies that have worked for me for going viral on Medium. I'd love to hear your thoughts and where you are on your Medium journey. And I look forward to seeing you all next time.